Hello, Sister Dragoons, my name is Alex, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon LeafGreen. So, we managed to get through Rock Tunnel in the last video. In fact, that was pretty much the entire video, but I promise I'm going to make it up to you by first of all, heading to Celadon City. That is the main shopping area for pretty much the whole game. I will explain why in a little bit, but before then, we just got one trainer to deal with because I skipped the rest of them and fight pretty much everybody else off screen. In fact, that's what I did for a lot of this game. Basically, I tried to progress as far as I could, and when I thought, okay, I may need to level grind a little bit, I'll just go back and battle pretty much every enemy, well, not enemy, every trainer that I missed. But I can't really get too overzealous because we don't have everybody for the team just yet. But they'll come. But I also decided to keep this fight in to show off Vulpix. This is the version exclusive to LeafGreen. And honestly, I don't really think it should be slept on, because Vulpix does have its own strengths and weaknesses. It's just that, like, I think everybody just, like, associates Arcanine with this great tier or something. I'm sorry. It's been a bit of a long day for me, so I may not know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. But Vulpix should not be slept on, right? Because it can learn certain moves that Arcanine can't, and, well, they both have the same weakness of not learning Fire-type moves, well, not learning any beneficiary of Fire-type moves until way later in the game. Basically, dogs. Sorry, my dogs whine whenever someone is at the door. Actually, no, they whine when my mother is at the door. But let's not get into that. What was I trying to say? Oh, right. So Vulpix and Arcanine share the same drawback, where if you're trying to evolve them, you need to wait until they learn Flamethrower, which is a very long time in this game. For Growlithe, you're waiting until like level 45, I think. And then straight up evolving it to learn extreme speed. That's what it was. But I honestly don't think that Vulpix has anything, but I do know that in later generations, it having access to Shadow Ball was great, because you gotta remember, in Gen 3, Ghost is considered as a physical stat, or not stat, a physical type. So, Okay, so moving on. Now, we are in the Celadon department store. This is where you're gonna find TMs, battle items, vitamins to boost up stats, HMs, more Pokeballs, and what I'm trying to look for, evolution stones. There are only 4 in this game: a Fire Stone, a Thunder Stone, a Water Stone, and a Leaf Stone. Here they are. Now, there are certain Pokemon that do require these uh, uh, particular stones, and in my case, it is going to be Sparky. So I can finally get myself a Raichu. But there's also an Eevee that you can get, I believe, on the top floor. Or I'm probably thinking of a different building. But you can get an Eevee in Celadon and evolve it into almost anything you want. Flareon, Vaporeon, or Jolteon. Though please don't go Flareon, because its typing is not, well, fire is not its strong suit in, well, its stats are not very good. Okay, that's what I was trying to get. Also, why do those look like Sega Saturns on the left? You know what I mean? Those things next to the TV, they look like Sega Saturns. But I'm getting a little off track. I'm sorry. So, what you want to do is okay. So, that guy was a bit of a move tutor, but I didn't know what he had, so I decided to just not do it. But it's here that we can get some good moves, like for example, Brick Break. This is a fantastic fighting type move to have. Basically, it is a raw 70. Is it 75 base power? I think it's 75 base. But anyway, it's somewhere in the 70s in terms of damage. Well, in terms of power output. And it can also crack through about 3 moves. Light Screen, Reflect, and Barrier. Though, I don't think Barrier is actually in this move. Well, in this game, but yeah, who knows. So for Sparky, I decided to ditch a Quick Attack and have her learn Brick Break. And I also decided to do this for Kratos as well, ditching Double Kick, because it's as much work as a Double Kick has been putting in, it was almost immediately power crept. And now that I got Brick Break, I don't need any other fighting type move on it. But it's not going to be the last time that we see Brick Break on the team. So, just one Thunderstone later, and we finally get ourselves a Raichu. Now, in my opinion, if you were to do an Eevee versus Pikachu route here, like who gets what stone? Like should Pikachu get the stone or should Eevee? Personally, I would say that Pikachu should get it, mainly because, if you do that, you should at least have a decent move on hand, and a decent special electric move, right? Because Jolteon does not learn anything as it evolves, or as soon as you use a stone to evolve it, that's it. It can't learn any other moves. So, worst case scenario, I would say make it a Vaporeon, which I may do for a future playthrough of mine. I don't know yet. But anyway, while we're here in Celadon, may as well take care of the dungeon here, which is the Rocket Hideout. Now, I did edit out most of the fights and trips back to the Pokemon Center, which were like 2 at most. Mainly because, well, I didn't want you guys to sit through all that. Plus, this is a little bit more engaging than the rock tunnel, I think. But yeah. I decided to edit out most of the fights and trips because raw footage alone was like 39 minutes. And I'm lucky if this will get to like 32 or something. But anyway, so most of the trainers that you're going to see down here are rockets. Now, they pretty much have the same kind of Pokemon. They either have the Raticate line, some Poison line, Hypno, or Machop. They're not, and I also really decided to take this opportunity to help level up Natsu because, well, he hasn't really had a lot of time to shine, right? Like outside of like very specific circumstances, Natsu hasn't really done much of anything. So I'm just switching him in and out so that way we can, get the show on the road, right? Oh, and also this particular fight I kept in to show off the Brick Break animation, which is still really fun, and Brick Break is one of my go-to fighting type moves, and I would argue that it's better than close combat. Don't at me. But yeah. So yeah, we're just going to be going through the rocket hideout. Now the goal here is that you're supposed to find a lift key because the elevator doesn't work, right? So, what you want to do, actually, I think it's somewhere in the lower level, like the lowest level that you can get to, but it's either blocked or no, wait. Sorry. It's like I said, it's been a long day at the time of me doing this voiceover. I am just trying to get as much stuff as I can. In fact, after I get done making this video, I'm gonna try and get the next week's worth of videos ready. And on that note, I recently finished up playing Shantae Half Genie Hero. Thank you all so much for watching it. If you have, also share it around with somebody if you think that they'll like Metroidvania games, because well, I kind of think that Shantae needs a little more love these days, but that's just me. So anyway, now this was highly different from the OG Game Boy, because these panels here would spin you incredibly slowly throughout the base. But now that this is the GBA, it's a lot faster. Oh, and spoiler warning, this is not the last time that we see this. So, yeah. Also, there are items in here, like the Moonstone that I got earlier, along with that X item. It's not very difficult if you pay attention to where the symbols are going, and also how they're set up. So, yeah, you can breeze through this particular puzzle if if you're not dumb like I was. Jesus. I think you only need to do this like twice for this dungeon. I think that you have to do it twice. I think, because Mainly because the basement has so many floors to it and all that, so. I don't think it was this guy. No, actually, I'm pretty sure that it was another dude. But, one of these guys has the, one of the guys in the lower levels has the key. So it wasn't that guy. Okay. But I do think that I would have to go back soon and get some more supplies because, well, I think I'm just running low on potions, and also I'm tempted to use a rare candy, but oh right, I also got poisoned in that fight too. I wonder which Pokemon it was. Was it? Oh god, it was Natsu. Oh boy. Well, it wasn't that bad, really. Like hit once or twice. Plus, I'm almost at level 30. I think we should be okay. This should be okay. Though maybe I also should have given him a brick break, but his special attack is a lot higher than his physical attack, so might not have been a smart idea, but oh well. And hey, at least Sparky's static ability came in play, though I don't know why I did Thunderbolt. Probably, oh well, it didn't matter, I just fried the rat. But yeah. I think after this fight, it was like, okay, I need to head back to the Pokemon Center so I can heal up and not suffer poison. I think that was the idea behind it, but maybe I also thought that this guy had a key, but no, it is somebody else. So. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, and even though that Natsu didn't do anything, he still gets poisoned. Like, seriously, the hell, dude? Or, well, actually, I think the main reason that I send him in was so I can get just a little bit more experience for him, but ultimately, it didn't really matter. Now, yeah, Dig has a special ability outside of battling, where it can get you out of a dungeon or a cave and put you back out onto the surface. It's actually very handy. And yeah, there's also this dude that I kept in. I want to say because there's no other way around it, because, like, there's no way to get through him. Like, you just gotta keep on, I don't know, you just gotta... Oh, Seismic Toss. This was a killer move in the show. Like, does anybody remember all the times that Ash's Charizard did that? Oh, it was so cool. Though it is kind of a shame that he got rid of it after Johto. No, actually after Hoenn, I think. Because I know Charizard didn't appear in the Sinnoh anime, though he may have been referenced here or there. But I know he came back for Unova as a failed attempt at a nostalgia, and to be like, hey, this is still the same Ash that you remember, which, like, can I just say, that was a dumb freaking decision. Like, okay, I get that they wanted to bring in more kids to the franchise, you know. Totally understand that. It is a kid's franchise. It is a kid's franchise after all, but seriously. Like, this was a character that people knew, okay? I'm pretty sure that reruns of shows were still airing at the time. Like, hell, like, even after the Indigo League ended, reruns were still airing when I was a kid, right? But I'm talking, like, 3rd to 4th grade level, you know? But, like, I knew Ash, right? So it's like, why would you end up making him why would you make him reset? Why would you soft reset this freaking series with a character that we already know? Like, oh, it just don't make no sense to me. Apaka no hold no water. Sorry, I've been watching a certain channel lately. They kind of do a lot of voices, but they do make a lot of sense when it comes to their with their gaming critiques. So, you know. Sorry about that. Okay, so this is the guy who has the key. So you fight him, and then as soon as you beat him, the key will appear right next to him. And of course, he just has a bunch of poisons on hand, like coughing and Grimer and such. Nothing that you guys haven't seen before, but he is technically a mandatory fight, so I kind of felt obligated to keep it in. Also, I decided to risk a Zubat encounter, even though a smarter play probably would have been to go for Sparky. But I got lucky with a critical hit, and I think I was just getting a little tired. I wanted to finish this dungeon now. Because technically, now that we have the lift key, we can head straight for the final fight of the dungeon. Or at least, well, the final 2 fights. Because, actually, I didn't intend for that to happen. So basically, on the basement level 4 floor, there were grunts guarding what looked like the door that we were at, right? So, sorry, I need to breathe. You need to head down through the elevator to get to them, right? And the only way they can do that is by finding the elevator on. Oh, here it is. But I also got poisoned along the way, so it was not exactly the best idea. And I don't really know why I decided to go for floor 1, or basement floor 1, but I guess I just wanted to heal up my team first before I went there, so I don't really know for sure, but it kind of is what it is. And I hate Disable, actually. I swear to God, like, I think that for like a fair amount of my run, most Pokemon who had Disable actually used it. Well, it like, words are tough. Basically, I was hit with a Disabled so many times throughout the game, right? That's what I was trying to say. But hey, at least it didn't last very long, although poison gas is definitely a pain. It is a move that instantly guarantees you being poisoned. I think we saw this back on the SSN, but well, you know, like it's nothing that it's nothing that a quick trip to the Pokemon Center can't fix. So after that, just go on through the elevator and head to the bottom floor. For some reason, a basement 3 does not have an elevator. I could not tell you why. But anyway, so you can come back here, but honestly, I don't really think there's a point unless you missed a bunch of the items. But also, for some reason, I thought this was I thought that it was a double battle like in the Let's Go games, but thankfully we don't gotta deal with that. We just need to battle the trainers and go through some puzzles. That's it. We don't need to deal with our freaking partner, like going through the scaffolding. We don't gotta worry about that. You see what happens when you don't put arbitrary shit in your games? Yeah, I know. I'm taking pot shots at Let's Go, but come on. Who the hell asked for those games? Who asked for those games to be existed? To exist. Freaking English, Alex. English. Do you speak it? Oh, crap. We got Arbok. Which is Cobra spelled backwards. Fun fact there. Also, a bit of a fun fact. The pattern on its chest changes with each region. Like the pattern on the chest can tell you, oh, you're from Kanto. Oh, you're from Johto. Things like that, right? Though Arbok, I want to say it's more of a physical attacker, which Poison is a physical stat. Well, not stat. Is a physical type in the game, which is very good. Which I mean, hey, at least its attacks lean into its best stat, right? But it's still not that great of a Pokemon. Like, it's got Intimidate. It can stun opponents with Glare, but that's about it. And really, I don't think it would have seen even a passing thought in gameplay until Generation 6, where the Fairy typing was introduced. And Fairy is weak to Poison, so there you go. But anyway, so now that that's done, Sandshrew knows Slash, so that is a very hard-hitting move, and it has a high chance to crit. So there you go. But we're also introduced to Sand Slash, its evolution, and not gonna lie, I kind of like its Alolan form, where it's an Ice Steel. It looks cool. It reminds me of Sonic the Hedgehog, and no, the cool thing was not intended to be a pun, but this is the internet, okay? But I like the regional variant of the Sandshrew line. I think it looks really, really good. But I just wish it wasn't a version exclusive because, well, I mean, why can't both versions of the game have the same experience, you know? Anyway. So I decided to switch out a Natsu for the fight because, well, Sandslash is very bulky, okay? It is a very defensive mon, though that is kind of put into question with the regional variant, but I'm talking like the regular one, the pure ground one. It is a tank, relatively speaking. The only problem is that it doesn't learn any ground type moves, at least for this generation. But anyway. And now because I get a little bit antsy with this, we save before Giovanni, the leader of Team Rocket. Spoiler warning, this is not going to be the last time that we fight him, but his match does cap off this episode. It is a 3-on-3, and he starts off strong with Onyx, but we don't have any special type moves to take care of him, but we do at least have some strong hitters like Kratos here to basically chip away at him, and I mean just like a 2 brick breaks and that's it. But you know, he doesn't have the same team twice though, so keep that in mind. Oh, Rhyhorn. This is also our first time seeing this guy. I really like Rhyhorn, but my issue with it is that it levels up pretty slow. You get it really late in this game, and in future games, there are often better ground types and possibly even rock types to get. Plus, to fully unlock its true potential, it's a trade evolution, which I've grown to dislike, really. I've grown to dislike the fact that you need to trade in order to get the full potential. Oh, but Kangaskhan, oh boy, this thing is a monster. Okay, I make this thing look like a wimp, but trust me, this thing is relentless. It is incredibly strong, it is incredibly bulky, and because it is a normal type, it has a wide variety of moves at its disposal. Well, it can have a wide variety of moves, it just depends on the trainer. But, yeah, but anyway, I want to say this is the only match that we have that we see a Kangaskhan in, but I don't know for sure. You can find her in the Safari Zone, I believe, but that's in Fuchsia. And really, I just go to the Safari Zone so I can get the Surf TM so I can progress through the game. Okay, so with the casino out of the way, there is one more thing that we need to do in Celadon, but that's not going to be for, I want to say next week, actually, because this video is going up on Friday. But the main reason that we came, well, let me try again. So after we beat a Giovanni, there was an item left for us called the Sylph Scope. Basically, that'll help us get through the Pokemon Tower. But again, that's going to be for a future video. So I believe next time we are going to be dealing with the Celadon Gym first, and then heading back over to the Pokemon Tower so we can take on all the ghosts and stuff in there. Because, spoiler warning, ghosts are all that you're going to be fighting in there. So, anyway. Well, I guess that'll do it for this video. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like, comment down below, and if you're new around here, please subscribe to the channel because we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and every little click helps out a lot more than you think. Until next time, Celestial Goons, remember, reach for the stars.